Rising, beautiful, melanated, original, whatever you respectfully call yourself, people. We're here, presented by the United Nations of Alkebulan. We're going to present Kwanzaa. We're going to learn about Kwanzaa. We know about Christmas. We know that there's other holidays that we celebrate. So we know a lot of people already celebrate Kwanzaa. This is a major holiday for people all over the world. But a lot of us don't understand the meaning. So a lot of us stray away from new traditions because we don't know about them. So as the United Nations of Akibelon, with our help with Nichole, the attorney, Nichole Crumpton, we're going to learn about Kwanzaa. One moment. I'm going to read you a little bit about Kwanzaa. Now, during the week of Kwanzaa, families and communities come together to share a feast. So that means you could eat just like you could do your holidays, just like you do the rest of your holidays. So they share a feast to honor the ancestors, affirm bonds between them, and celebrate African and African American culture. Each day they light a candle to highlight the principles of that day and breathe meaning into the principles with various activities, such as reciting sayings or writings of great Black thinkers, writers, or reciting original poetry, African drumming, and sharing a meal of African diaspora-inspired foods. The table is decorated with essential symbols of Kwanzaa, and then you'll have the candles, you have the corn, but I'm just learning myself about Kwanzaa. And that's why Attorney Nichole Crumpton is going to be showing us how to do it the correct way. So if you look up certain videos about Kwanzaa, you will see that it was created, and I don't want to say his name wrong. It was Milano Karinga. It was created by Milano Karinga. He created Kwanzaa for us. He wanted to create a tradition that connected African Americans or Black or whatever you respectfully call yourselves over here with your brothers and sisters in Africa. It's a Swahili word. From what I'm understanding, is Swahili. The word actually means harvest. So most of the people celebrated the harvest. You celebrated they celebrated the harvest of the year, and they still do it. It's a tradition. So it was so that he wanted us to feel good about ourselves, to give us something to look forward to uplift ourselves. That's why this Kwanzaa is important to us. Yes, it was made, and we know it was made in 1966. Are you in there? I'm sitting trying to put Kathy. And we have Nichole coming in, and she's going to be doing the more professional teaching of Kwanzaa. As I said, I came here as in the nation. I wanted to do something because I know that we tell people, when we say we're woke, we tell people, oh, don't celebrate Christmas, don't tell this and that, but we don't never get into the meanings and to make us want to understand why we can celebrate other traditions besides other holidays besides the regular traditional holidays that was actually given to us by the European settlers. So here you go. Nichole is on, so she's gonna take over from here and let us know what Kwanzaa is about.
1 second.
And as you can see, Nichole, I call her the walking encyclopedia. And you see, she's just a queen. If you talk about queens, this is the queen of queens. She has
Thank
she's an
you.
attorney, legal analyst, TV host, business coach, bids. I mean, everything you need. Follow Nichole Crumpton. Follow her.
So, welcome everyone. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I can hear you.
Okay. I was just trying to make sure. I'm still Christmas food hungover, I think.
Everybody, I think a lot of people are, because a lot of us still celebrate Christmas, and that's why I wanted to
Right.
Kwanzaa to see we can do this all together.
And I want to say this. There's no reason why you cannot do both. Um I always, as a kid, we didn't celebrate Christmas. We did celebrate Kwanzaa. I think part of that was because we actually knew Dr. Milano Karinga. Growing up, my dad and my mom had a business that they recorded the sessions for the conference on the Black family, as well as some other national Black conferences. But that was a big prominent one. So I had the opportunity to meet the Dr. Cornell West, Dr. Milano Karinga, and many other great Black uh, intellects. And so Kwanzaa was for us, for our day. And as Tina's already said, it represents harvest, and it is the 7 days following Christmas. So December 26th through January 1st, which is the reason why we have every day we have activities set out for this event. It wasn't because we were just trying to do a week-long event. We really, Kwanzaa is actually celebrated as a week-long event. And so with that, every day has its own principle. And every day, the way that you would greet someone is you say Habaragani. Okay, Tina, say it with me. Habaragani.
Habaragani. I've been learning the words. That's what
Right. So when
Habaragani.
you say Habaragani, basically you're asking what's good today. And every day the
Habaragani.
answer is whatever the principle of the day is. So we'll go over the principle of the day in a
That's
second, but I kind of wanted to give you all a um kind of give you all what the history of ah, let me pause it, what the history of Kwanzaa and how you celebrate it. So let me get back to my screen. I'm trying to shut down my other screens real quick. One moment.
okay.
No, not right now. All right, there we go. I had way too many open. So Kwanzaa consists of 7 days of celebration, as I've explained. Every day there is featured activities. Every day you would light another candle, and I'll show you what that is. And you will pour libations, and you would have a moment of family and community, and gift giving is even involved. So the celebration, Kwanzaa was first celebrated in 1966 in the United States. Again, originated by Dr. Milano Karinga, who's a professor and an intellectual speaker. Kwanzaa means the first fruits of harvest, and it comes from the African language of Swahili, as well as many of the words that are associated with Kwanzaa and the words that symbolize the daily principles. During Kwanzaa, there are 7 candles and a Kinara. The Kinara is the candle holder that holds the 7 candles. You'll have one black one in the middle, 3 green ones, and 3 red ones to either side. And each day, one gets lit. One gets lit with the that corresponds with what the day is. The 7 principles and the 7 days are principles that come from the beliefs that were held by our families in many parts of Africa. And so when we light a candle, it's to celebrate each of the special principles. So the principles in English, since I know it stresses Tina out to say them in Swahili, the principles in English mean unity, self determination, responsibility, cooperative economics, purpose, creativity, and faith. And so on each of those days, you with your family are here with us in the United Nations will do an activity that symbolizes the day's principles. And on the sixth day, you have dances and poetry and things like that that symbolize our creativity, because the sixth day is to represent creativity. You also, I said there's gifts. There are gift given, but the gifts are not like what we do in American culture, where we go out, go bankrupt, and get a whole bunch of toys that are going to be broken the next day for somebody, or gifts that people re-gift because they really didn't want. Instead, the gifts that come with Kwanzaa are handmade gifts that are given by children and by the adults to each other, that are something that is near and dear to your heart, something that you made, whether it's a necklace made out of beads, or you drew a picture of your family to give to another family member. They're not big and extravagant, but they are meant to create family bonds, to honor ancestors, to celebrate our African and African American history, and to show love and unity. So, not quite like what we are used to seeing, not like what we're used to seeing in the American culture.
I don't know what happened.
All right, so I did a quick little video I'll upload and share. There we go. There we go. So this is Dr. Milano Karinga. He basically says that it's our duty to know our past, to honor it, and to engage our present and improve it, and to imagine a whole new future and forge it in the most ethical, effective, and expansive ways. He's actually a bear of a guy, but he is very sweetheart, and very, like I said, very, very intelligent man. Let me see. I'm trying to get it to advance. There we go. So this is, yeah, come on. Next time I'll just let it play. It seems like it's not playing fast enough. You have the 7 days. These are the 7 principles. And each day, like I said, we will go over another principle. Today's principle is Umoja. Umoja means unity, to strive for and maintain unity in the family, the community, the nation, and the race. Typically, when you celebrate Kwanzaa, on the day of the principle, you would see somebody, you would greet them by saying Habaragani. The response that they give back to you would be whatever the word in the principle was, as well as the definition. So if I said Habaragani to Tina, she would say back Umoja, unity. And then together we would say to strive for and maintain unity in the family, community, nation, and race. My dad still does that to me at 42. And so it ends up being principles that we can live by, not just during Kwanzaa, but every day. And so it ingrains it in your memory and your kids' memory. So practice, take today and practice asking others Habaragani and greeting them that way, and then teaching them the principles, especially your kids, so that we can get these things ingrained in our minds.
I see somebody hand up, Tawana. One moment. I'm gonna try to.
I ain't got him.
Do you want to answer?
Oh, okay.
There we go. Tawana?
It's Pride Bentley. I just wanted to ask, where could I find that list? I tried to screenshot it up here.
Oh, no. I can send it out. I can send it out to you.
Okay, thank you so much.
We'll post it. I got you.
Okay.
we'll tell you the story later.
All right. So these are the candles that I was speaking of. And these are all cartoonized. I had surgery and wasn't able to get to the store to get the setup to show you all to where I'm staying.
Kathy,
But this is the Kinara with it's the 7-prong candle holder. The black one goes in the middle, three to the right and 3 to the left. Today's candle that would be lit, you would just light one candle a day. So the first candle that would be lit would be the black one because it represents unity. And so with it being in the middle, it unifies everything. So today, if you do have a Kinara and you're celebrating at home, then you would be lighting the black candle. The red candles on the left represent struggle. The green candles on the right represent hope. And all three of the colors, as you would notice, are the colors that are associated with Africa.
Excuse me, Nichole. Nichole,
African-American
can you pull Kathy to the stage because she has a whole set. I was trying to pull her up earlier.
I will. No,
okay.
I will. I was gonna go ahead and just
it.
kind of quickly run through and then show. Yep. Outside. No, let me go back. There we go. You are another thing that if you're trying to do your own setup at home that you want to have is you want to have a cup. Stop, Abel. And I can't. The cup is the Kankambi, and what it is for the Kankambi child Umoja, which is a representation of family and community. So each day, some people do it only on one day. We did it on every day. We kept a pot with soil in it, and every day we would do a libation, pour a libation for our ancestors, basically to recognize our great history and that our ancestors who came before us who are there and that we stand on their shoulders, that their greatness is our greatness and we couldn't achieve what we achieved without them being able to achieve what they did. So this is a cup, and every year we would decorate a cup. You can write your ancestors' names on it. You can write down words of hope or encouragement or your family name. You can bedazzle and bejewel it, but we would always have a cup. One of the days during the ceremony, when we took libation, we would also pass the cup around to where everyone in the family or everyone in the ceremony took a drink of the water that was in there. And we did water because water is also a representation of life. This represents the fruit, the Mazao fruit and crops that are placed in the bowl. This represents our community's productivity. You also have Muhindi, which is ears of corn. So you always have ears of corn. We lay the corn out, and typically a family would have one piece of corn for each child in the family, or one ear of corn for each child in the community. And so I'm the oldest of 8. We had a whole lot of corn around the table, but then we would put other fruits and things in the bowl, and the corn around on the table. Oh, come on, keep playing. This is the Zawadi. These are the gifts that I was referring to. Like I said, we would make various gifts, and the gifts are given amongst each other and aren't meant to be super expensive, but are handmade gifts with significance based on their meaning that you put forward. This is what a typical setup may look like. As you can see, I actually had the privilege and honor of turning 21 and living in Accra, Ghana, West Africa. And so I have a bunch of African masks and symbols and pictures and cloth. So if you have access to that kind of stuff, this is the time to show it off and set it out, to use your Adinkra cloth, to use your any of your masks. I have like my throne with a Janami on it. This is the time that you will make a beautiful display like this. And so I'm gonna bring to stage a picture, an actual setup from one of the members of the United Nations, the United Empires of Alkebulan. So this week's presentation is being hosted by the United Empires of Alkebulan. And before we go, we'll talk about kind of what that is. And we hope that you're interested in learning more about it and potentially becoming one of the members. And so again, every day we will be here doing a quick celebration of Kwanzaa, and we pray that your family would join our family. So let me get Kathy. So Kathy, you should be able, Kathy, to turn on your camera. Hey, love, how are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm well.
Okay, here's our setup right here. And we have the couple.
That is gorgeous. You've done an awesome job.
Thank you.
That they actually came from his website.
Oh, say it, Bruce.
Hey, Nichole, Grand Rising. We
Grand
actually
Rising,
ordered
brother.
it from Milano Karinga's of his. I guess it says his official website. Everything came from the website, but the flag. I couldn't find the flag through his website, so forgive me. I ordered it through Amazon.
That's okay. You got it.
Hey,
Next
okay.
year, the nation we'll be able to get everybody and send it out. Oh, I forgot the mat. I forgot to talk about the mat.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Kathy. That is beautiful. Thank you, Bruce.
Right.
Thanks.
Thank you, Tina. Grand Rising.
Okay.
Yeah, I had to show it when they sent me pictures. I'm like, oh no, y'all got it.
Yes.
Because like Nichole, now I wanted to touch on some things that you said. Like the first candle that's lit is the black candle from. I think you said that represents us. That's why
that represents unity.
Unity.
That's your unity candle.
Okay, and when you said the gifts, and I was trying to, like I said, the whole point of this is to try to get our people to try to do some traditions that really don't, of course, with the maker of this did, so that we won't be going broke, and actually give a meaning to giving gifts and stuff.
Well, in our culture, and I think one of the things that Dr. Karinga realized in our culture, Christmas gets way out of hand. People end up spending money they don't have. Your kids end up being ungrateful and not realizing their greatness. And it becomes commercialized. That was what he was trying to go away from, because that wasn't what we came from. And so the gifts are usually small, inexpensive gifts, but they're handmade. They're made out of love. They're crafted to where you're showing your family and your community your love and appreciation and your gifts and talents. So yes, don't go out and feel like you got to buy a PS3. There shouldn't be, you don't need to go buy somebody a shirt. It really is. They're small, and they don't even have to be wrapped. They're gifts that are presented.
Can we update it, upgrade it, because we're in modern times? Would it be good to just, even if I was talking to my daughter, even if you just bought a gift that was small, that meant something? Or if
I think so. I think it's better to make a gift. Yeah. But if you don't have time, or that's not what you want to do, you can go and make it and go and get a gift. Just it doesn't need to be extravagant. It doesn't need to cost a lot and take a lot to put together.
Yes, because I'm trying to meet us halfway at this modern time to get our people to understand.
Yeah, but doing family
beautiful. You can eat and you.
But doing family crafts though, Tina. Yes. You can take a day where we're gonna make our gift. Today, our gift is gonna be, you're gonna draw a picture of our family and we're going to hang it up.
And then we're gonna eat and do the same stuff like on Christmas, but we got 7 days to celebrate us, the uniqueness.
And usually if you do a big feast, either the feast, I believe, is like on the first day or on the last day. So if you're not going to do a big dinner every day, make it for where it's one specific day. And the way Kwanzaa works is every day you usually do an activity that that embodies what the principle for the day is. So today's principle is unity. So the activity that I had set up for this group is to do a quick speed networking event afterwards, because how can we have unity if we don't know each other? So with that, you know, for those who want to stay on, we can do the quick networking so that you can meet somebody that you may not have known before. And you know, hey, well, what do you do and where are you at, and you know, how are you going to celebrate Kwanzaa today? And you can even practice Habaragani, you know, and
Yes,
ask them
you know,
to see
I
if
need
they can
practice.
help.
But
Right.
it's
But every day you would do a different activity to symbol, you know, basically to symbolize the principle for the day.
Hey, since we're online and this is going to be recorded, so I know a lot of people are going to see this after the recording, so that's why I'm asking certain questions to put it together. So if you don't can't be here, like she said, when we go for getting to know each other, I think those that's in the audience, we kind of know each other. But with the activity that you can do if you're listening to this recording is to just basically get to, if do an activity as in look up Kwanzaa. That could be your first activity of unity. You and your family. Just we on Google all the time. We're on YouTube all the time. There's a lot of Kwanzaa videos that's out there. That's only 10 minutes. 10 minutes of your time to get to know something that in a society we taught to only do what we're taught to do, and anything that's different is not right. And we need to get out that habit, because that's why we're behind as a race, because we don't want to learn other stuff different that can be a help to us. And
well, and I've had people ask me, can white people and other ethnic groups celebrate Kwanzaa? And yes, they can.
It's about
the
principles.
Right. It's the principles are great principles, period. And if you know your history, you know that civilization started in Africa. So we are all technically one people, no matter no matter what. And so don't think that if you're, you know, if you're not a brown person or you're not considering yourself black, that you cannot celebrate, because you can, and you can share it with others who aren't. So just as we have Christmas, you know, I know people who aren't Jewish to celebrate, you know, Hanukkah. You can. I mean, it's not that it's, oh, you can't do this, is ours and nobody else can touch it.
Jewish holiday. It's a whole thing. Yes, but see, that's what my thinking. I'm like here to be honest, because I was saying Hanukkah, it was confusing because you see the candles and symbolization, symbol things are a lot, and so most of the time we read with our eyes, pictures. And so that's another reason to get to know, because it'll clear up some questions that we really don't think about. So it's and like you said, it doesn't matter if you're black or white. The whole point of black unity and stuff is, the thing about racism is that we have been separate, where nobody shares black traditions. They use them, but we
they do, and they just don't know that they do.
Yes. So yes, get to know Kwanzaa, get to celebrate. We celebrate their holidays. It's just like it's supposed to be. America was supposed to be created where we all a melting pot of all.
One of the things that I realized when I was living in Africa for the short period of time was, when I left, everybody talked about, oh, are y'all going to wear shoes? Are there going to be monkeys and jungle and blah, blah, blah. But Accra is more advanced in the city of what I live in. And with all the things that they have and the beautiful houses and hotels and culture. And the funny thing is, we take a lot from there that we don't realize was ours. It came from there, but we are using it and not getting and they don't get the credit that that's where it came from.
And that's the whole point. And even here, it's like it just basically getting to know each other. And this is why I think Kwanzaa is important, because if we had other societies get to know each other, they'll see what we stand for. We do have values, because the stereotypes in America always paint us as thugs and this and that.
Well,
and
history is
something else.
history is his story. Is
Yeah.
who wrote it, and it always has a motive behind it. So
Yeah.
if we tell our own story and tell our own history, and that's part of Kwanzaa. That's why we pour libations for our ancestors. That's one of the reasons we recognize that our greatness is because of their greatness. But you got to know what their greatness is. And Kwanzaa also pushes us to realize and to know what it is.
And I want to say this to y'all out there that's looking at this. When she's saying the ancestors, that's your people that died before you, your great ancestors. And you are in tune, because a lot of you do that ancestry.com. You want to know. So it's more than just knowing. It's basically when you say pouring out libations, if those that don't know what libations is,
yeah, they do.
Some people,
you know how you say Harmony said we go
for my homie.
Right. That's essentially what it is.
That's what I look on the street level. So that's why we here. We're gonna bridge this gap between us. So and that's one more question. When you said the cup, I kind of got confused with the cup and the bowl, because you said something about y'all put soil. Can you explain
so
that?
One of the things that wasn't there, but what we did, we weren't going to pour libations on the floor. But another symbolic thing that we did, everything comes from Mother Earth. Everything comes from the earth. And so we had right. And that's another thing that you all can do as a family, is you can decorate your planter or whatever. But we would take a potted plant, or even just a planter that had soil in it. So whenever we poured libation, it would go into the planter.
I got an idea, y'all. This is how we can merge it. All y'all with the Christmas trees that's real, and you don't take them down anyway. We don't. So there you go. You can meet halfway. You got a whole tree. You get the real. This will give you a reason where you getting them real trees, or get you a plant and you decorate it. Now you got something to use for them days that y'all don't take y'all tree down. You go and pour your libations. A Queen of Solutions.
That too. Okay.
I just thought about that. Just did. But I appreciate this, Nichole, because I really want to learn. I think it's going to be, this is a education and it's an experience for all of us. And I want to take this day, and then when we come back next year and we actually have a program plan, we're going to see how far we grow, because the whole point of learning is growing. And I think that a lot of our people are taught not to learn. We're taught that when we learn, we go to school and learn this, but we don't learn stuff on our own. In
the
our
best
lives.
Education comes from outside of the classroom.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm going to let you have the rest. That's all my questions.
Well, again, the word for today, or the principle for today, essentially is unity. Umoja, unity, and so you want to encapsulize unity in. We want to encapsulize it in our day. And so look for ways that you can basically live out that principle. Let me see. There we go. And I made it so that it's bigger on the screen. So unity today, if you say Habaragani to anyone, the response is Umoja, unity, to strive for and maintain unity in our community, family, in our family, community, nation and race. And so I will get these. We'll get these to where you all can download and have them every day. That you can have them so that you can know what they are every day, and that you can share them with others. And please feel free to invite them. Our goal is 20 to 30 minutes a day, including the activities that we have planned for the week. And so invite your neighbors, your friends, your family, and your community, so that they can learn and celebrate Kwanzaa with the United Empires of Alkebulan, as well as with us, with you.
Thank you, Nichole. And then all of y'all follow Nichole. You see her. Your name is Nichole Crumpton on all your social medias. Okay, so y'all can follow her on your social medias, because she's just more than you see what she do. I told her she's a work encyclopedia.
I've been on a hiatus. I'm in the background making sure that people like Tina have what they need for right now.
But I want when we put this video up, because like I said, this is going to be recorded, and then in the in the description, we'll have the link of what you're talking about, where they'll have the link, and then we'll have a link to your pages.
Yes.
So, well, I thank you, and what is it? Happy Kwanzaa, Abaragani.
Joyous Kwanzaa. Be blessed.
Joyous Kwanzaa. Did I say a Habaragani? Did I say it right?
You said it right, Habaragani. Good job. All right. Love you guys.
Love you too.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Blessings.